The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to the Morning Sickness. I don't know why that happened, Bert. It's 5:45. My name's John Holmberg. There is Brady Bogan. Dick Toledo's around here somewhere. It's a day to
making
celebrate.
Coffee.
Tell you what, right now, Brady, it's time to celebrate. None of this 20th anniversary nonsense either. A victory against the box. I was here till 4:30 yesterday, sorting out with the corporate office exactly what the hell's going on with this thing. Now, granted, for 2 of those hours, I was asleep in my office. But Tripp and Larry were fielding phone calls because you guys started to bother our suits. Yes! The listeners started to bother the suits in Minnesota and in Chicago, but mostly Minnesota. And Tripp is on the side of this contest being a disaster. All day long, all we do is field emails, phone calls about how I'm trying to listen to your show, but I can't because the app keeps crashing. The app keeps crashing. Now, again, the suit's big dream here was we're geniuses. We've figured out radio like to no end. We've hired this guy to run apps. We've got this brand new app. It's beautiful. Tripp's simple question was, is it a good idea to have everyone not able to listen on the app to try to win a contest on the app? And they keep saying, you know, there's too many of them. So my quote to the entire region and everybody was, so what you're telling me is KUPD's audience, too big for our app hole. And that's exactly what it was. So basically they said at the end of it, credit to our suits. The Bobs acquiesced. We are the Al-Qaeda. We got them out of our airport, Brady. They're gone.
Yes.
They said, look, there's $60-some thousand left in this contest. Do you guys want it? And you can just make your own contest out of it and stop using the app. And Tripp looked at me, and I looked at him, and he goes, wait, we can do $6,000 a day just for KUPD? We've isolated ourselves from the rest of the company so far. KUPD Nation is not a contest for a nation. We are our own country.
Yes.
We've gone rogue. We are sovereign. So from here on out, listen to the app free of dropping, free of terrible suit contest ideas, because it's no longer necessary. You can now text in at 7, 8, 11, 1, 2, and 4, something like that.
Something like that.
6 times a day.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Brady, we beat them.
That's awesome.
You beat them, listeners. By just simply listening and saying, let's win this damn thing. This was a cute little sales contest to drive numbers to our app, and we broke it to the point they don't want to use it for the contest right now because we're simply too big. Now, in my entire 49 years and 1 month, there has never been an issue where somebody had to quit something I'm doing because of size. Until now. Too buku for the app. You tapped our app too hard, and we had to stop. It's glorious. So well done, KUPD Nation. This nationwide contest where you guys participated too hard. It's like having too many people watching a TV show. Or there's too many of you, according to our suits. KUPD's just too big. It's too strong. We can't take it in the app anymore.
They raped our app.
They raped our app. Look at our app laying there crying. all abused and shut down. Now we can do text because none of the suits are in charge of our text line. So it's a total, it's up to your server and provider. So we'll do texting.
We took the $60K off the table.
It's ours now. And they're still running the national contest for all of the lesser thans, It's still, the Joe Biden contest goes on for the other socialists. We got our own.
So what you're saying is the ghouls made it to where it's our own contest.
Yes.
All the other 29 or whatever stations are still in this nationwide thing, but we are on our own.
We're not allowed to play with the others, which is exactly what rock and roll is supposed to be. This is the most corporate / rock and roll thing I've ever been a part of in my life. And those two things should never combine, but it was awesome. And Tripp hits mute and goes, John, come in here. Like we just, solved the real problem. You're not going to believe this. And then he goes, look. And the speaker, the lady's like,
So, okay. I'll write the rules tonight, and KUPD can do this all by themselves. We'll just give them the money, and that should stop all of the complaining. Yes?
And I told Tripp, probably not.
We'll give you 24 hours.
Unreal.
So come back to the app.
Now, that said, we have to look at our vanquished foes. The experts in programming and IT and app development. The ones self-proclaimed experts, and say, well done. Because the minute this started, I had just finished an email saying, you know how it is when corporate suits start a game or do something at your office. They never admit that it's gone wrong. Brady, do you remember at the Zone, the great Moonlight Bike Ride?
Never forget it.
We had a thing called the annual Moonlight Bike Ride. You know how many we did? 1.
That's pretty annual.
Well, it's not annual until you have a second one, I say. That was my first rule. I'm like, how do we have an annual bike ride? It's the inaugural, not the annual, you idiots. If it's annual, we've done it a few times. But we did what I was calling on the air, the inaugural one. But this was a big thing. The corporate bigwigs were in it. Our new lady that was into promotions had just come. This is a person, I swear, the emails came in. Renee is one of the smartest marketing people you'll ever know. Maybe most brilliant person. This is a person that we can lean on.
The go-getter we're looking for.
Coming in from St. Louis. She's been giving ideas to companies like crazy, and now she's ours. And she's bringing this idea over from the Midwest, the big KZON Moonlight Bike Ride, which at the time was downtown Phoenix. Nothing going on.
Yeah, back then,
midnight, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was like midnight. You want to ride around downtown midnight with nothing going on a bike. So we spent $50,000. I was in the meeting to promote the Moonlight Bike Ride. And how did we do it, Brady? Through your mail and through flyers.
Yes.
I don't know how you even spend $50,000 on that. You know what we forgot to put on those flyers and those mailers? The date.
And now I think about it, it was just a cut and paste because it's the annual Denver Midnight Bike.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was there. So they just replaced one word. And then they didn't put it, they erased the date because that's only when Denver's doing it, and they didn't put ours on there. So people just got a letter that said some weirdos are going to be riding their bikes someday.
It's
downtown.
not even to save the date. What is this?
Right. So then they turned to me on the air and say, you really have to fix this. And I'm like, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole. So I started to do exactly what we did with this. And I said, what we spent $50,000 on was putting up fencing so the homeless people can't attack us while we're going down there. So don't be afraid. You're going to get stabbed in the Moonlight Bike Ride. I mean, you take your, at the time, the $1,000, $2,000 bikes down there because people with bikes spend money on bikes. Ride around in front of a bunch of derelicts and homeless people with absolutely no goals or bars to go, just around the Copper Square.
Did we roll out our new mascot at the time?
The ear?
The Listen.
The ear was another gem. Another glorious suit gem. They mailed ears to people. Plastic ears. And it said, listen. And it looked like a...
Clever, huh?
And people were afraid of it. Like, why are you sending me body parts in the mail?
Like the big Pee Wee Herman ear that he put...
Yeah,
wow.
And then there's this mascot. It's just an ear.
An ear.
But no logo.
And you didn't realize how creepy an ear was unattached from a body. It's the grossest looking thing ever.
Until it's got two legs on it.
Would have been better pumping out wax or something out of the side.
Fortunately for my now illustrious Brady career in radio, I learned early that the dudes in suits are sort of dumb. So the best one was Jeremy. As he's the one who kind of creates the app and stuff. He didn't. In fairness to him, he's the first one that said, "I'm sorry, I have to admit, totally unprepared for what you guys did to this thing." So, great work.
Wow, owns it.
There's nothing we can do. Yeah, he totally owned it. But he did write an email earlier saying that he was working on it, and then in the end, a passive aggressive quote that Larry said, "What does it mean when he says trust me, us Bobs are doing the best we can. And I'm like, I've been calling these guys Bob because I don't know any of their names. I just assume all their business guys are named Bob. But they did it, Brady. We broke the app.
And got paid.
So basically what I wanted to say in the middle of this corporate thing was, ooh, they our app real good. But I couldn't, but it was in my head. But you did it, listeners. You did it. I can't believe it. But you made a group of corporate suits say they're too strong. They're too big. Give KUPD the money and shut up. Stop saying we suck. Because that, to me, tells me somebody's worried about their job at the corporate level. That has to be it. Because and they're listening right now, too. Otherwise, they'd just be like, you shut your mouth and you listen. They'd have just told me to shut up and told Tripp to shut up because Tripp's been calling them going, how good is it for the app to introduce them to this thing, and it sucks.
And the purpose of the app.
Right. Well,
it doesn't even work for them.
The purpose of the contest to say, hey, you can listen on this thing, too. And no, you can't. So, not when we try to do something. It's not, it can't hold us.
Not ready for it.
We are the Barry Wood of app use. You don't want this thing in you. So nationwide contest is now the KUPD Nation contest.
So yesterday, we end up having 4.
4 more winners in our last time through the Nation one. And
now it's 6.
Every day 6 until we're out of the 60+ grand that's left. How about
what a great day?
Yeah,
we got 10 days.
Let me tell you this: the whole budget for this thing was like $120,000. If I'm not mistaken, there's been 40-something thousand given away, and we've got 22,000 of it already.
Yeah.
So of the 20-something thousand,
120,000.
We're going to have 80, 85 something by the time it's all done. That's pretty awesome.
Jeez.
That's pretty awesome. I've never been part of anything that successful. And you guys did it. We win. We made. And let this be a moment for you, gentle listener, at work. When you see that douchebag who's ascended through failure for years walk by your office and go, Johnson, hope you're doing well. And just know, I'd do your job 10 times better if I just had the chance. That you kicked him in the nuts, too. This is a win for all of us. I wear pajamas to look at me, Brady. I look like I'm going swimming in 5 minutes. I dress like an idiot.
We tore down the geofencing.
We broke. I don't know what that means, but maybe we did. You're right, Brady.
Sounds good, though.
It sounded really technical. So we could do their jobs better. Everybody always thinks that.
Way to mobilize.
Everybody thinks that about their corporate suit until you have to wear the suit. And then you're like, oh, no. But it was pretty awesome because this is a kick in the nuts to all of those people that have told you, well, I know how to do this because I did this job. Same job you had, I had in St. Louis for a little, on the Modesto, and then I went to Colorado Springs, and won some Billings, and then for a little while in Rockford, Illinois, and then for a while there in Tennessee, small city. Okay, here's your resume. It's like 16 times getting fired, and you're telling me how to do my job like you? Are you crazy?
Didn't see eye to eye with my boss.
Fired twice in my life. Tony Roma's and once from the zone, and then they hired me back anyway, so technically once. And then I got double the pay so I've been fired 1 time. Listen to me. I know how to keep a job.
Texter wrote in, hey, John, who was running that app? Danica Patrick? I didn't know she was a suit.
It was that
she does crash a lot.
Our new name for our app is the Danica Patrick because it will crash before the race is over. The app is still totally fine, I'm supposed to tell you. We just can't overload it with games. So we're not allowed to play with it.
Right, you can listen now.
We hit too many home runs. They made us.
It's a great problem to have.
It's the 8-year-old who's crushing the other 8-year-olds in Little League, and they're like, you got to play with the older kids.
So we got to get this thing turned into a gaming app.
I'm telling you, right. And then you look around, you're like, how in the world are these other apps capable of all the things like the FanDuel? That app's going to get billions of people on it. But again, they're listening, but it's not going to crash. So. Pretty awesome. And we all just sat and high-fived Tripp and Larry, and Fitz was here at the time, and Mark. We're like, can you believe this? This was such a coup because the suits never call and say, you guys were right. That's suit death. Suits never call and say the little guy won. KUPD Nation. Our app hard. Oh, man, too big for the app hole. We had so many different names that the corporate people just won't let us. Why don't you just keep calling it $6K a day? Too big for the app hole is solid. Well, we don't necessarily want to bash the app. Well, the app's fine. But you guys can stop emailing. Stop doing it. Just listen on the app if you're an app person. Congratulations, you downloaded it. Our initial deal with this contest was to feel like we'd won over all the other stations. You put me in a boat with 29 stations and say, play nice. I'm like, nope, they all want to win. They all want the numbers at dope. We're getting them. I had no idea this could happen. Brady, you don't seem as impressed as I am. I'm beaming with pride. And
it's pretty awesome.
Our 20th anniversary, for God's sake. We destroyed the corporate world.
I'm just a little rattled. Like, what the hell are you doing here at 4:30 in the afternoon?
That was terrifying. The light's different. Everything's weird. I had another meeting. I had that taint meeting. I had a thing I had to sit with Susan at 2:30. So I got a bunch of stuff done real fast. And at 12:30, I'm like, I got 2 hours. I'll go home. That'll take 15 minutes. Then I'm going to get super comfortable and have to come back. Or I can busy work myself here. Well, then I discovered South Park in my office. So I started to watch that. That wasn't killing time fast enough. So I laid on that little tiny chair in there. I fell asleep for about 15, 20 minutes. And I just laid there for an hour. Then I went to that first meeting. And then after, it was great. It was awesome. Victory. Yeah, and I highly recommend it. Your office, when one of those guys walks by, the corporate, it's office space. We beat Milton. What's happening? We did it.
And kept the stapler.
Understand you've been missing a lot of work lately. Wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob. It's perfect. So, yeah, you tell that guy that walks by your desk today when he goes, all right, want to make sure you get your TPS reports in today. Just go, you know what? You, man. I'm part of the KUPD nation. That doesn't mean you're going to get any money. But it's going to feel real good to do that. What? And it makes me realize that my theory that everybody lives under the imposter complex is true. Guys in suits especially. The last thing they want is some dude dressed like Jeff Spicoli in 2021 saying, I don't think you guys know what you're doing. Because deep down, they're not sure they do. Never let a suit feel like he's smarter than you. Even though most of you, he probably is. That's why he's got the job. A lot of them are really
There's a reason.
A lot of them are qualified. Pick the dumb one. Don't go after the super qualified one because they'll eat you alive. Some of those suits are pretty brilliant.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, some of those, yeah. The dumb blue collar.
I got this guy.
Start screaming at a smart suit, and the next thing you know, you're like, look, I fired me. You want to pick your guy. But yeah, so congrats and credit to our Bobs. Because they said we screwed up. And you guys will be the beneficiaries of that. Pretty happy with that. That's awesome.
That's amazing. They owned it, too.
Never expected that.
No.
Most of the time, they just try to scramble and make new things happen. But we got our own suit
and here's
named
$60K.
Trip Reed. Oh, Trip Reed needs a shirt with a big hammer on it because he put it down.
Just TFR, man.
Oh, TFR put it down. I think they're a little scared of him because he does know what he's doing. So like, all right, well, if we just give you $60-something thousand, will you guys stop calling us? Yeah. All right. And then I had lawyers sitting there rewriting them. And the best part was some lady, I've got to rewrite all the rules now. And I'm getting a plane later, so I guess I could do that tonight. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Woohoo! We clobbered them. So anyway, I'm proud of you guys.
She's riding on the plane.
Well, no, she was trying to say, I'll get to it Monday. And we're
yeah.
Like, when did you guys plan on starting this? Tomorrow. Okay, well, that means I've got a lot to do. Snap to it, toots. He didn't say that, but we all thought it. No, there's something about it. And to our overlords, good job. Way to admit it. Way to step down. I think that means we're in charge. I think we're the Taliban. I think we can do whatever we want now. Don't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So first things first. All the women in the office are fired. I can't take it. I'm not going to have that anymore. We got to get an all-man thing. We're going to go full Sharia law here at KUPD.
What about KDKB, then?
It's tough to discern that.
You're announcing this on Women's Equality Day. Excuse me.
Equity. Yeah. Yep.
Equity Day.
Yep. Well, if you fire one, you got to fire them all, I say. It's got to be equal. That's equity to me. Ladies, we're going to give you all the same pay.
Oh, my God.
As other unemployed men. Get out. It's just fun to say, because that's what the Taliban would do. We did. We all said it. I think we're the Taliban. I think we're the rogue weirdos. I think we just made enough noise where everybody
appease
ran.
Them.
Everybody just
appease
ran.
them.
Yeah, the corporate suits were the guys at the airport, and there we were going, this is ours now. Oh, it's great. So, yeah, we get all the money now. So all of it is going to KUPD. It was anyway, but now for sure it is. Oh, I'm so happy. I went to bed smiling. I went home smiling. It was just
That's
a great
huge.
fit. Yeah, it's massive. Massive.
Thank God you guys got this fixed, John. This app was making me want a Paul Walker.
You see, a lot of people were saying that. I got one yesterday. It said 4 of us in the office listen on the app, and we're just not going to anymore because it shuts down every time you have that stupid thing, and then it won't let us come back in for like minutes. A pain. It's wasting their day. And I would say it. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's not on us. I wish it was, so then we could kind of fix it. People were blaming Marcus. Man, they pay attention. I'm like, get Marcus, your stupid IT devil man, on that. I'm like, he's not in charge of this thing. It's not ours. This can't be real. This is real.
Yeah.
Number one song in 1995 was Seal's Kiss from a Rose, 26 years ago. Wow. Brady just handed me that. How about that? That was off of...
Batman.
Not the first one, though.
Second one, I think. Batman Returns.
It was the third.
Third? Oh.
Yeah, because the Oswald Cobblepot one was Danny DeVito. That was 2. I don't know that had a song, did it?
Third one was Val Kilmer, right?
Was that? Yeah, that's the Val Kilmer one. And we're looking at Jeremy like, you're kind of dorky that way.
He looks.
And then the fourth one was Clooney. Oh, my God. That went down fast.
Yeah, it did.
But Kiss from a Rose was 26 years ago. And tomorrow is
Heard it live driving by 24th Street in Camelback at the time when they had the Hard Rock Cafe opened up.
Yeah.
Seal did a show out in that courtyard.
Really?
Yeah.
In August?
It
Well,
was.
he is. Yeah, I guess he'd be all right. They say he wrestled lions and stuff. Turned out it was just a sinus infection that gave him those scars.
I guess skin's going to melt.
One of the most racist things ever was when Seal came out to the public with that amazing album in 91. It was great, top to bottom, just a great pop kind of fusion thing. And he comes out with this thing, and people see him, and he's got those scars on his face. It was immediate that everybody's like, oh, he got in a fight with a lion once. He's from Africa. I'm like, does that happen to all of them in Africa? I'm like, oh, yeah. And then you hear him talking. He's like, well, I was over in... I'm like, he's British.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of bigotry is going on here that our first reaction was probably lion scars?
Raised in England.
He's so black, I would assume lions attacked him at one point or another. That goes without saying. I know an African guy. They all know deal. Like, really? Turns out he's from London. He's just a normal Londoner. And he had a sinus issue, and they did a surgery on him and just chopped him up. Lion attack.
That was in Africa.
Right.
The surgery. But,
was it?
Yeah.
And a lion performed
Right,
it because
yeah.
they don't have doctors. They have.
There's the crossover.
Yeah, it's animal doctors, of course, because the place is just insane. Yeah, lion attack. And nobody says that that's like, wow, how racist was that? Our assumption there. He's been shot in the face several times in gang warfare, but he can sing. And then he married Heidi Klum. That dude's never seen a lion in person. Not without having like a guide. Not like my friend Janny from Africa, who thought it would be a good idea to, he found a cow once. This is a real story. Janny's, I found a cow. It was not a cow, but we were very excited. So we chased the cow, and these lions were close by. So my friend said, let's kill the lions. And they killed a lion, cut its head off, and drug it back to the village. And they got all mad at him. She's like, you know what you just did? You left a blood trail.
Pissed off the pride.
Pissed off the hyenas, the other lions. And he goes, sure enough, they sat on watch all night. Well, this giant male lion just looked around like, where is she? Or it was another male. So they brought the girls over, and they said they had the big head there. They had to bury it and stuff. And he's like, you don't want to kill things over there. Don't deal with it. They're not allowed to kill stuff because it smells good to all the other hungry things.
Yeah, you got to leave it.
So they eat fish
far away from the village.
Right out of the water. They're just like, just eat it like a bear. Hurry up. Yeah, they cut its head off. He was like 7 years old. This will be great. Our parents will be so happy. My dad was happy when I hit a wiffle ball home run. These kids are cutting lions' heads off. Janny said that about that time, he's like, did you hear about our friend Seal? He was attacked by this very lion.
We saved him.
We saved him from that attack. That's what I should tell Janny. That's your story from now on. The lion killer. He was hurting one of your friends. And you just keep, and one of my friends was bleeding in the face. Bad. And then we cut the lion's head off as revenge, and that man became Steel. And white women in Gilbert would sip their Pinot.
Oh, my God. I met a black man who knows Seal during the lion attack.
So, anyway, very exciting. But 26 years, that's hard to believe. I'm proud of you guys. This is it. And now you guys are getting uppity. All my emails are like, don't F with us. We are a legion. The ghouls have shown what can happen when we mobilize. Water drive, truckloads. Keg hunt, the entire valley is in. Deployment packs, You're welcome, military. No matter what it is, we come in like a mother effing wrecking ball. Let the suits know we mean business.
Fact.
Yeah. And now I'd like to call on you for this. There are several people in this city I don't care for. I would very much like to mobilize and eliminate. Now you know where, like, Jim Jones could, like, that could easily happen.
Yeah.
For me.
You put a little more time. Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready.
I think you're right.
I think we're ready, Brady. I think we're ready for that compound to open.
Should we go buy some Kool-Aid?
Got it. I'm way ahead of the game.
Some Nikes.
I've been waiting for this day. Follow me, everyone. Oh, it's great. So the money will go out the door at 7. It's just not on the app anymore. The text number is how we're going to do it. We're going to simplify this whole thing to stuff that works. We'll give you the word. You text it. 40 minutes later, it shuts down. We draw a name. We do it again at 8. We do that 6 times a day. $6,000 going out to just KUPD listeners because you busted our app. Well done.
A lot of people want to know what the app number is.
979. Oh, the app number.
Or no, I'm sorry, the text number.
Text
Yeah,
number.
everybody
Jesus.
set this up.
Brett.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting confused here, too.
97936.
All right.
97936. That's how that works. And we'll just text in the words. And that'll be it. Just like before. The app thing was cute. It was broken. Too many steps. Terrible contest. We fixed that.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Now, if KDKB goes, well, we don't want to do it either. Oh, they're going to get stomped hard because the suits are angry. They're looking for a bug.
Here's your $600.
Right.
Knock yourself out for the next couple of weeks.
You should be paying us to even have jobs. You are the tree in the forest. No one's listening. It's 6:11. I'm proud of you. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. We got them to pull it off, and we don't have to do this anymore, which has just been nothing but trouble for us. And Brett even said it. Like, I was getting emails in the middle of Larry's show.
Oh, yeah. I was
like,
getting them all afternoon.
Awful. Like, all day. So it's fine. Nice job. And to the suits, thank you. To the bigwigs, all that. You guys did it. That's proof you got good owners. Good. Thanks,
sure
Bobs.
is.
Very rarely would the Bobs ever pull back, but they did it. What can we break next? How do we prove our mightiness now? I feel like I've got a huge wang for, like, it's like when Mario would get the hammer in Donkey Kong. I've only got it for a little while. What else do we break?
He's going to walk around the halls like Barry Wood today, or what?
Yeah, I think, well, Larry should be doing it because he's, programmed. We should all have a little bit of a swagger. We got to break something else, though. What else is bugging you about working here, Brady? Let's fix it.
Oh, let's go with the first one coming in here. The phones. We can never get those.
Right. The phones don't work. Hey, Bobs, while you're at it. You know what they'd tell us at this point if they were good, Bobs? Why don't you take some of that contest money and put it towards your phones? Like, ooh, well played, touche, Bobs. Always have to think a step ahead. Think like a Bob. Let's get a wake-up song, a victory song, 585-9800, a good one, and we'll scream it together. It's 98 KUPD. Well done, KUPD Nation. Wake up!
98.
This is bad.
That's a joke, right? You're joking?
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.